Okay, part two. So yeah, the play was, a lot of plays are just being the right place at the right time, typing in ORD and saying, hey, this token's lagging, what the hell is OBTC? There's no product up for either of them. Let me just buy this. Oh, this is the hole that they got, that we lost Bobo on last week. Don't go in the hole this time, guys. Well, you guys can, because they're gonna come out. We're not interested in going down there this time. Oh, looks like they are. Dun, 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 dun. Why do, hey, no, Bobo. No. Bobo, come here. Come on, bro. Okay. Just can't get up. Why do we honor the dead? It's just nice. You live your life and you're gone. People want your memory to not be forgotten, so we put you in a place so you can always go and be like, oh, there was someone that lived here, versus just having a file on the internet, some pictures. If you actually have the place where your remains are, it's like, whoa, this person lived. We should respect their life and honor them and cherish what they've taught us, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's why we bury our dead. And also, prevents diseases versus just putting the body there. I mean, of course, we can just burn the pile. That's another option. Burn the bodies. Oh, Liberty's working on the bone now. Hey, Lib. Okay, that's weird. My pinky hit the swipe button anyway. Yeah, so burn your dead, bury your dead, do something with it. Don't just leave it there in a steaming pile. But you could. Animals could eat the bodies, sure. Why not? Yeah, so a lot of crypto plays are just being the right place, right time. So if you knew about Pseudo, the launch, you could have got in and done 2x, versus just buying a coin and hope it keeps going up. The influencer pump, I said in January, all my vlogs, this is influencer season. So influencer and narrative / narrative. There's no narrative if there's no influencers to spread the narrative, right? The more and more likes and mentions that these tokens get, the higher they get sent. So Rollbit's starting to reach maximum shill. Is it over? Like Blur reached maximum shill. Is it over? Can Blur continue? I said Blur was going to $300, but if it becomes like Binance, if there's so many ifs and uncertainties, it's really hard to predict things longer term. Well, there's a contradiction. Like, you can be vague and predict something in 5 or 10 years that's going to happen, and then it happens, but everything that happens in between you can't really predict. Then short term, you can predict this is going to happen short term, like the next day, boom, it happens. You just got lucky. But to be consistent on either of them, because if you're a forecaster or a prophet like Nostradamus, the most famous one, right? History. So Nostradamus just wrote things down. He talked to God and just, this is gonna happen, and I forgot the 9/11 predictions, Hitler's rise to power or whatever. So they were vague, and vague enough to be interpreted. Then look at all his wrong predictions. You're like, did that happen? Well, let me look through 500 years of history. Oh yeah, here, it happened here. So it's sort of dumb to be a forecaster or predictor. But what's great about being a forecaster or predictor is you can actually bet on those predictions. Like GCR said, Bitcoin to 100,000, ETH to 10K in 7 years by 2030, right? So that's a decent prediction. ETH, he's basically saying extended bear market, the echo is going to make people think we're going to new highs, but ETH is never going to retest that $4,700 high, 4,800, whatever it did. So yeah, so you can bet on it, and even if you make 2x in 7 years, it's pretty good. Or actually, that would be 5x from now. No, 6x from now. ETH hits 10K. But you can make 6x in a day riding these gems on Uniswap or Arbitrum. You just got to be right place, right time. Get in early the first day before the hype and hold. Or you can be someone like DCL, just buys $50,000 or $100,000, holds for a month or a couple days, then comes back to 2-3x. CFX, holy crap, he called it at 3.5 cents and it hit 19. 5x, man, 5x. I knew it would pump. Neil Wallace also told me, get a bag of CFX, and I stupidly bought it on leverage and got liquidated because of Doge and Sand, two dumb calls. So if you're overzealous on calls that have very low reward to risk versus the high reward to risk, like Doge versus CFX. Come on, Doge and Sand. Sand with a huge 372.52 million Sand tokens getting unlocked. Come on. Why the hell would I long that? 5.7. I just got overzealous. You don't want to be overzealous. That means overly passionate, blinded by your own ambitions and emotions, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to be that unless, of course, you have good reason. A mob, I talked about mob too, sort of fizzling out, but mob will have its day, like CFX had its day, unless the market completely nukes. So don't worry about being underwater on mob. It's gonna run. I think with the next mass pump, mob might run. Payments coming to not crypto payments, but fiat payments, coins. Where you can hold coins and wallets for Twitter. When that launches, whatever, Twitter 2.0, we'll get encrypted DMs via Signal and Mob token. So very interesting to see how that plays out. So the timing, one of my laws was it's impossible to predict both the price and time that it's that price. So you can't say in 3 hours the price will hit that. You can, like 1 out of 100, 1 out of 1,000 times get lucky, but in general, so it's not like, I wouldn't say it's a theory. It's more like a, what's the opposite? Oh, wow, there's a hawk over there. Can't see it though. We have laws. It's not a law, it's not a theory. It could be a theory, but it's not even a hypothesis. What's between a hypothesis and a theory? Postulate? I don't know. So anyway, a rule, I guess. A rule is less irrefutable than a theory. Oh, here's the BSV, speaking of that. So you just gotta be able to handle your emotions. We got NFTs. I'll do 100x. The intraday price action is gonna be very manipulative. I mean, hopefully it's trending up if you plan to hold a month. But selling here, buying, selling, buying, selling. And ACH, of course, went to 3 cents. So if I would have held my buy, my 25K buy at 0.015 or 30K, I would have made 15,000. I still made 10,000, which is good. Or 11. That's pretty good. But a round trip too. That was my one good leverage play. High, I made like 1,500. So the hype cycle, I've talked about it before, the pseudo hype. When a coin launches, the Blur hype, Blur went from 40 cents to $1.40, 3.5x. That initial hype cycle is going to be the biggest cycle. There's not a ton of liquidity there, but if you're willing to bet big, like buy 40 to 80 and ride to $1.50 to $2, I hope $1.39 wasn't the top. That would suck. You can make a lot of money. Pseudo, if you bought low 2s and rode to 4, that's almost 2x. That's the hype cycle of these coins. And they have decent liquidity too. You can ape 50,000 without moving the price over 10%. Because you're holding, you're betting on 2x or more, so you're willing to pay that 10% risk. And then that's another 10% if you pay per hand, so that's really 20%. But odds are if you're paying 10% slippage, you're not going to dump right away. You always want to dump when hype's the highest, when you're at peak euphoria, because you don't have any more buyers at peak euphoria. That's it. Everyone starts to take profit as the price dwindles. So I do have time to read the comments, and after all that, you just got to be positive. Like, the problem is, if you have 7 figures, I've said this before, and you're still going to be upset that you only made 6 figures on a play, or low, mid, high 5s versus high 6 or low 7s. You didn't maximize your gain. If you had $1 million, you only made 50,000 versus 200 or 300,000. Say you didn't hold CFX the whole way. You're going to be upset most of the time. Some people just don't get upset. They're happy even though they made 20% versus 2x or 3x on the movement of the coin. So it's really depends who you are. I'm kind of a glass half empty. I try to stay positive, but I always, in all my actions, I always review it. Maybe it was guilt as a child, never performing to the maximum for my parents. I don't know, but I always think, what could I have done better? How could I have made that better? But I'm living in the past more than the present and more than the future. So that's an issue. I'm not fixing my bots. I don't code. I don't create large organizations to orchestrate a pump or maximize the risk reward and investment like hedge funds. That's not my style. I don't put it all on the line. I just look at the past and be like, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? That's the glass half empty versus the glass half full. Wow, I did great. Pat yourself on the back. Wow, another play. Let's move on. Wow, that's great. I don't know. Is it 50-50 for people? Glass half empty and glass half full? I don't know. But yeah, no matter how much you make, but some people are really happy that they made a few $1,000s during the echo if they cashed out, but they'll lose it all during the bear months whenever those come, because inflation is still soaring. Okay, recession is coming, production is down. Apple just fired 10,000 or something weird. They're cutting production overseas, like massive layoffs at Foxconn. And what's the Indian company? I don't know. Foxconn is the biggest one. And what's second in China? Sorry, I'm not sure. For Apple manufacturer. No, they assemble it in China, but they produce a lot of the parts in various countries. But eventually you have assembly in China, India, Vietnam for iPhones and Macs. I don't know, a lot of Macs were made in California. I don't know how long that lasted. I think they still make the MacBook Pros overseas. Yeah, so remember, inflation's going up, production is going down. That's a recession. It's actually hyperinflation when you have runaway inflation and recession as well. Or is that a depression? No, depression is just extended recession. And then we should have disinflation eventually, where people just stop buying altogether and manufacturers and retailers are forced to just drop their prices to rock bottom and prices just keep coming down. We haven't seen that yet, where prices go down. We just have a slowing of inflation when prices stop going up so damn fast. They only go up a little bit each month, like 0.1%. Although we did have negative 0.1% for December CPI given in January, but then we readjusted it to 0.1%. So we didn't have that negative number yet. Where inflation actually went down, prices went down month over month. Oh yeah, so let's get to the comments. So depending on what type of person, are you going to be proud of what you did? Are you going to be half full and want to keep going despite not achieving all your goals? Or are you going to be half empty? I made so many mistakes. How am I going to fix it? How am I going to fix it? I think it's better to be half full, but some people are motivated being the half empty type of person. So can I go to the comments? A lot of great comments. I was just reading from Tyroke, actually called Bugs. A lot of little bugs. It only went up like 20%. It was already up 6x, so still went up 20 or 30%. I don't know what Bugs is. Jezza said great recap. He's been probably busy in shitcoins or at the parties. Too busy to write a full summary. That's all right. Sai's hanging on at $7 right now. Again, that big hype cycle. We had the first hype wave, the second hype wave. Third hype wave, we're still waiting. Roll bits, I think over 6 cents now. It might be 6.5. Just the market cap is 200 million, so it's harder and harder to push this. Even though we will get the hype that eventually makes it go parabolic, maybe to like 20 cents. Vlog. I gotta get my Wi-Fi going here. 1 second, hold on. I might not be able to get the Wi-Fi because I have to enable, oh, there it is. Re-enable the hotspot. Okay. Oh, remote hotspot failure, even though it worked. So let's get to YouTube. We're almost there. It's the YouTube. Oh, there it is. The Interruptus. The Comfis Interruptus. So you got to play smart. Just high IQ is really important. Just as important as low IQ. Low IQ just apes whatever and holds during echo bubbles. Middle IQ are the ones that get smoked. Closing because they think the market's going to dump. Market goes up, they ape the top. Market goes down, they get liquidated, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here's the comments from the last vlog. Comments. Bun Fun, great summary. Review as always. Appreciate the vlog, sir, and the positive vibes. I almost got liquidated. My futures port for eGold knows use TrueFi. I talked about 2x to save it. TrueX went 3x because Binance minted like 400 million TUSD, and TrueFi, which isn't even associated with TUSD, but they were at one point, got sent. TrueFi got sent. Taro, good recap. Great for catching up on the plays while I'm waking up in bed, seeing what the market did overnight. Can't wait to see your tweet on Blur come to fruit. Blur, come on. The top, all right, I like that. Jez, a great day. Seems like you're rewarded for buying the top. I think he's referring to ARK. That's your 10x. Jamie, thanks for the vlog. Picked up some Blur. No, gonna hold it. Kicking myself in the butt for selling Aster. No, that's fine. Aster dumped anyway. Aegis Keeper, 4 flames. DGen Boy, 1 flame. Being the Pog Man. Okay, then we'll go to part 2. 6 comments. I think one was my reply. Tarek, love the vlog. Been riding this whole echo bubble up, and your vlogs always keep me have a look at bugs. Reckon it's going to run even harder than it already has with all the narratives it has. Oh, I didn't know about the bugs. It's low liquidity shitcoin. Checks have also recovered well. The checks NFTs. Jamie, hype. Appreciate the honesty. Buy YouTube views. I love how the content challenges me to be my best self. Wow. It's actually reading. Bun Fun. It's true. I think news trading is not really possible without a bot unless you're insanely skilled or lucky at getting fast. Plus, the old news traders basically just use the news traders as exit liquidity. Maybe narratives are the way to go. Yeah, they are for now. During echo bubbles, during bear, you got to be a news trader. But news traders will make more gains during the bull or the echo bull because they're just so quick and fast, and then the news tends to travel fast. Most of the news has been dying or bleeding out, though, like we saw with Aster, Sand, eGold, all these pump and dumps. And that's it. I noticed the news traders and narrative traders are having this rivalry to be like a news. It's a news botter, not a news trader. To be in within a few seconds of the news, you have to have some sort of bot or just a terminal that's really fast. So it's a bit misleading.